Hello everyone, welcome to Duena Tech channel. We are continuing learning JavaScript using FreeCodeCamp platform. Let's navigate directly to where we stopped previously. If we navigate back to this tab, we stopped previously in this challenge 21, and this tutorial will be focused mainly on adding the CSS for the game. And that now we start in this challenge by adding the background to the body. So you will see that reflected here on the right side. So to add a body, on the CSS you will call the body and then adding a curly bracket, and then we need to apply this background color, that the color here, and add a semicolon. If you see that the background changed to black, now check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And in this challenge now we are going to update this text style by adding this selector. Let's add the selector first, then the curly bracket, and then we need to update the background using this color here. Next we need to update the color, the text color, to white or this hash code, and add a semicolon. Next line we need to add a padding for all different sides, which 10 pixel, and that should be reflected on the right side here. Check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And in this challenge we are going to change the game style as well. So as a game selector, curly bracket, and we need to add the max width 500 pixel, semicolon, max height 400 pixel, and then background color white is the background color, hash code, semicolon at the end. Then the color should be white as well, the text color. And we need to add a margin top 30 pixel and margin bottom 10 pixel or 0 pixel. Need to add a margin left and right auto. Now we need to give padding all direction 10 pixel. So now if you check your code, so that now look much better here on the right side. Now if you check your code, congratulations, your code passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And in this challenge we are going to apply CSS for this two selector, control and states, and add curly bracket, and we need to remove and instead we'll add a comma here. And then we need to add this border, so remove off and instead add a colon, add a semicolon at the end, and we need to add a text color, this color here, semicolon. At the end we need to add padding for all sides, so 5 pixel. And now just check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next. And in this challenge we are going to apply CSS to this monster stats. So as a selector here, open the curly bracket, and we are going to apply same border and same padding to the controls and stats. And next we are going to add a different text color, which is white color, this hash code which represent white color, and then background color is this color here, this hash code, background color. Then use this hash code here, semicolon at the end. Check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And in this challenge basically we are going to set this monster stats by default to be hidden by adding this display none, and add a semicolon and check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And in this challenge we are going to add a style to the stat class as a class selector, curly bracket, and then we need to add padding right 10 pixel. And check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to next challenge. So in this challenge we are going to update the buttons style. So we need to add the button selector HTML element here, buttons. So this to apply this CSS to these 3 buttons. And first we need to add cursor to be pointer. So when you hover on this button, currently is not pointer, but after adding the pointer should be pointing on the button. So now add a new line to add a color, this hash code color here, then semicolon, background color as well. We need to use this hash code for the background color. Next, we need to add this background image, assign it to this linear, semicolon, new line. We need to add lastly this border and change to colon, and that should be it. Check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. In this challenge is asking us to declare a variable, same what we did for buttons. We need to do for the text, XP text, health text, goal text, monster stats, and monster's name. So which 6 variables. Let's just copy one of these variable and just modify it. Let's copy it 6 times and update the first one to name text and the selector text as well. And the next one, XP text as well, change the name and the selector here as well, don't forget that. And then one next, health text, and the one after, gold text, the one before last one, monster stats, and the last one, monster name. So now check your code. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And in this challenge, last one in this tutorial, an easy one. So same, we need to declare a new variable for this monster health using const keyword, const, and then this is the name of the variable. Assign it using this selector document.selector. Select the element from the DOM using this ID selector here. Check your code. Sorry, there is something wrong. So this should be called monster health text instead of health. And check your code again. Congratulations, your code is passed. Submit the changes and move on to the next challenge. And by now, this is the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you in the very next tutorial.